certain things should be self-explanatory, some people just don't have either the patience or the emotional intelligence to have those conversations, because there's sometimes a level of, okay, first of all, what I will say is that some people look at you being late as a sign of disrespect. And honestly, respect, you can understand that, understandably so. If you guys make an agreement, you should stick to the agreement. A set time is a set time. If you're already late, you're already breaking agreements. That's not a good sign.
But also,
he's in your house, your apartment, wherever you at, and he waiting on you to come downstairs.
I know now that was wrong. And I am not late, you guys, but I didn't.
I find that hard to believe.
Can I say something?
And he
I don't know how you made it second date.
When we have our dates and I'm on time, he compliments me because he knows I'm usually still not on time to things. I'm just not.
So he's got to continue to baby your ass.
Can I?
Like you silly ass compliments for being on time.
Something that's not for me, it's for him.
Jesus Christ!
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So I actually like the way he handled it. Hink said he would have left you at the restaurant. I think that's the wrong way to handle it, because like Fantasy Island girl, maybe he may not have cared about time either. So he's like, because some guys would be like, it's cool, take your time, whenever you're ready, I'm here. Some guys do not feel that way. But what I like to explain, boundaries are invisible. People don't know you have them unless you verbally express that. So the fact that he said, hey, I don't like when you're late, and she made the adjustments, I think that's where the communication adulthood comes in. If you just leave her at the restaurant, you leave, she doesn't even know why you're mad, she can't correct it. If you tell her, this is my issue, can you please not do this anymore, and she does it, then it's no longer a problem. If she continues to disrespect your boundary, that's when she got to go. That's when you leave her at the restaurant, or no longer invite her, or don't pick her up. But you can't just leave deuces with my to-go cup of water, because she didn't even know why are you mad? I'm always late. To her, it's not a big deal, but to you it is. So you just got to tell her that. And if she fixes the problem, then it's no longer an issue. In my
okay, look, I got two red flags right there.
That's already a big problem.
Two red flags right there in there. If she's late,
Mike, they can't hear.
So there's two red flags right then and there. First of all, she's late, right? That's one red flag. And then she's dumb. If she don't know why I left her ass at a goddamn restaurant, knowing she's over 25 minutes late, I don't need her ignorant ass any goddamn way.
Listen, if you would have that mindset, you know where I am. I know where you are. So why would you leave before I can get there? What if the
my ex-wife wasn't on
time?
Bad? I mean, wasn't late. My ex-wife wasn't late. We that was one of our connecting points. Always on time. I got there 15 minutes early. She got there 10 minutes before I did. So hey,
yeah,
I'm not with that being late to events. Matter of fact, let me give you a story like Fantasy gave. I canceled going to an event because the lady I was with was late. No, we're not going any goddamn where. I'm not going.
Did she know that was important to you? Like
yes,
she knew.
I don't like to be late to events.
Some people believe in driving, like they want to do like that. Oh, what is it, like fashionably late? Like if it starts at 8, you show up at 8:30 so you can walk in and be like, voila, I'm here. Like they don't do that shit. Hi, you're still setting up. I'm here with my champagne. You guys
Black people do that dumb shit. That's dumb shit. That's dumb shit.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say
that should be a conversation though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I understand that as adults, certain things should be self-explanatory. Some people just don't have either the patience or the emotional intelligence to have those conversations, because there's sometimes a level of, okay, first of all, what I will say is that some people look at you being late as a sign of disrespect. And honestly, respect, you can understand that, understandably so. If you guys make an agreement, you should stick to the agreement. A set time is a set time. If you're already late, you're already breaking agreements. That's not a good sign. It just doesn't bode well. So that's understandable. But the other side of that is being able to compose yourself enough to tell somebody, like, look, even if you decide to take your to-go order and leave, onto my cheese, and I don't want to have a conversation with you thing, you should be able to at least say, like, like, this is what happened, I'm good on you, or whatever it is. Like, it's necessary to have those conversations, because then it's just you're operating in ego at that point. You feel a certain type of way and you're not expressing it, and no one really benefits from that sort of exchange.
I agree with what Lou was saying, though. It affects other parts of your life. You're gonna be late paying your bills. You're gonna be late to this, late to that, late to work all the time. Yeah, I can't deal with that, man.
But I'm saying, like, truthfully, I understand. Truthfully, I understand that certain people, it's never been addressed to them. Some people have skated through their whole lives not being corrected, or not being, you know, they've probably had more people leave their ass at the restaurant and was like, oh, damn, the nigga left and he ordered a water. You know, that's happened a lot. A lot of people skate through life. You got motherfuckers in their 40s who can't read. Like, literally, I look on some panels and I'd be like, damn, or I watch people like actually reading something. I'm like, yo, he can't read. What's going on here? It's never been addressed. Nobody cared enough to say, yo, read this book, articulate these words, figure this out. If a person can't read and that's skated through there to the point where they're 40 years old, you think other things weren't just, you know, pushed to the wayside? So the adult thing to do, I agree, is to correct them. And then if they don't make those corrections and they want to be a part of your life, then, you know, you let them go.
Yeah. The bad part about it, she couldn't get past the first date and doing it. I mean, you already made a question.
And I've been late to first dates. I've been late to probably every first date, to be honest, you guys. But no one has ever left me. I've never had anyone like walk out. And
girl, you must have had a happy endings on them.
Yeah, she did.
Even when I show up and I'm late, I'm always like, I'm sorry I'm late. It's like if they look mad, I'm like, I'm sorry I'm late. And then we talk, and then by the end of the night, they're fine. We're fine, and it's not a problem.
I do.
Is that something that you worked on now? Like, or is that something that,
yes,
like,
that's what I'm saying. If I wouldn't have had him, I would have never worked on that, because it's never been a problem. I've always said the same thing. I've always gotten the same results. So I'm not going to change, honestly, you guys, unless somebody says, hey, you can't do this. I'm like, oh, why not?
Like, I think that
boundaries taught you a life lesson. And I think that that's what boundaries do for people sometimes.
But it's a communicative.
Don't pick up on social cues like you guys think they do.
Hey, JR's trying to say something, guys.
It's okay, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you.
I know that people used to me not saying anything, so I guess it's just kind of playing into the. No, but anyhow, I think that plays into what we're saying as far as with the topic, as far as like the women most men love becomes his weakness. You know, if a man, if that is a boundary for a man and he allows that, then that could later become a weakness for him. You know, that's him not, which leads me to the point that I was going to make in this whole thing. The main thing to focus on is most and men. We're talking about men and we're talking about most men. This is based off my experience. I do agree to the statement that the women most men love becomes his weakness. I think that when you vet someone, you should vet them before. And a lot of men don't vet women before they hop into a relationship or they establish it as a relationship. But I also think that you should vet throughout the relationship until marriage. You know, once it becomes marriage, then I think the vetting is really off, and then it's just you guys working through and solving through your day-to-day issues, which is a lifetime commitment. So I think most men just don't vet properly. And when you don't vet properly, you typically will ignore the signs depending on the woman. So Fantasy Island girl, on most of her dates, she might have been an attractive woman to that man. And so he chose at that moment to overlook it. It's fine. It's okay. Even though deep down, he may not have viewed it that way. And depending on how good or flow the conversation was going, he may just have forgotten about it. And it keeps happening. But she had already got him already. She had already got him on that first date, whatever it may have been. So that's just my take on that. Anything else I want to say with that? Yeah. It just all depends on the woman.